And hello and welcome. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, with another cooking video. See, I've been doing a lot of cooking videos lately, right? Anyway, well, let me show you. The tomatoes are coming in like crazy. I've got lots of yellow and orange and cherry tomatoes and bigger tomatoes, and I got tomatoes in the sink. So I just got to decide what I'm going to do with them. I've been making salads, but I got to decide what I'm going to do with these, other than just pop them in my mouth and eat them. Anyway, today, what I'm doing is I've had this box of mac and cheese, and this is mac and cheese spirals, sitting in my cupboard. I bought it during the pandemic so that if I needed to have something quick and easy, I could have that. Normally, I don't do boxed macaroni and cheese. I used to do it when my son was small because he loved it, but I need to cook this. So I've got that. Then I said, what else do I have in my refrigerator? I've got fresh corn. I've got string beans. I had this Mexican-style shredded cheese, which is Monterey Jack. What is that? Mild cheddar, queso quesadilla, and asadero cheeses. So that's a mix. I've got sliced ham that I pulled out of the freezer. So I'm going to add some garlic powder and some Italian seasoning and pepper and salt, and of course I need my milk. I got to pull the butter out because we need some butter for this. So basically, this is a dressed up boxed macaroni and cheese. I had seen a recipe years ago where you added a can of mixed vegetables. Well, I don't have mixed vegetables. I've got meat. I am going to cook this up. Right now the water is on the stove so I can boil the macaroni and cheese. Yes, I'm going to use the cheese pack that's in there also. Before I put in the garlic and the Italian seasoning, I will be tasting the whole thing first, and then I will decide. But right now, garlic and Italian seasoning sound like a good thing. The corn, it is raw. So near the end of cooking the macaroni, I'm taking it off. I'm going to use this cute little thing to take the corn off the cob. There's other kinds of corn off the cob. You can use your knife. I'm looking in my drawer because I've got another gadget that you may have seen. This is another one. It's got teeth on the bottom, and you put it at the top of the piece of corn, and then you twist and turn until the corn comes off. Got this through the website Wish. I stopped buying from Wish because it got a little dicey there in getting things. So what are we going to call this? What did I call this? Dressed up boxed macaroni and cheese into a one-dish meal. That's what it's going to come into. And so just join me on this little tiny adventure. All right, I'm cutting up the ham. Unfortunately, I experienced some freezer burn with the ham, so I cut that from around the ham. Okay, so here we are. So this is what I have from the ham, and this was, the spirals. Let's see. Let's put this right here. Okay, that's better. Okay. Slide this over a little bit. So this is the spiral cut ham. It was in the freezer, and I must not have sealed the package totally right, because near the middle I got freezer burn. And even though freezer burn is, it's not detrimental to your health, I just decided not to use it. So what I'm doing is making little pieces of meat. And this is probably more than I need, so I'm going to use some of it in a salad maybe tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, because I like to buy things in bulk, and during the holiday season, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, they have good prices on spiral slice ham, so I get one and then I take the vacuum sealer and seal it up. And humming you hear in the background is the air fryer, the Power XL air fryer. And right now we are drying apples and making apple slices. Okay, so as you can see, this is quite a bit of ham. So I'm just going to take about half of it. Probably about, let's see, this is about a half a cup. So guesstimate half a cup. Take the rest of it, put it in a plastic bag, and I'll put it in my salad. My vegetable salad when I make that tomorrow. Alright. So that's the ham chopped up, the corn. I said this is a cute little deal, and it puts the corn in there. And it just, I love it. I like it better than that other, the old style corn, or used to be I just cut it with the knife. But this is good, plus it stores the corn in its own little container. And all I have to do when I'm ready is dump it in the boiling water at the end of the macaroni and cheese. Well, the water is now boiling. I don't need to show you boiling this. These things are really tiny. Look at that. So I'm going to put this in the boiling water. These are the mac. When you add macaroni or spaghetti or any of those things to the water, make sure that you stir it. I'm going to put a little touch of salt in it. A little touch of salt helps to, what do I always say? It helps the water get hotter. Don't ask me how or why, it just does. Alright. Here's my little pack of the cheese sauce. I'm going to measure out the milk. The milk for this says, where's the directions? Boil 6 cups of water, got that. Drain it, add 2 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of 2% milk. I've got whole milk. Milks well until smooth and creamy. Refrigerate leftovers. Alright, so how much milk? 3 tablespoons. So I'll get the tablespoon out. I'll be back after the corn is cooked and the noodles are done. I've been recording the whole time. Alright, I decided to scrape the rest of the corn off the cob. But I had this small onion that I grew, and I said, why don't I just add some onion? Because I always like onion. Now, you don't have to add onion if you're going to try this. You don't have to add onion if you're not crazy about onion, but I am. And, you know, most time macaroni and cheese doesn't have onion in it, but most time macaroni and cheese doesn't have ham and string beans and corn in it either, right? So this is not a chili mac. What do you want to call it? Vegetable mac? And the other piece is I'm not going to put the corn in the boiling water. I am going to, since I'm going to cook this even after the noodles are done, and I mix in everything, I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, which will allow this to get hot, and it will cook the onion, and it will cook the corn. Okay. So, I also decided no garlic. So the garlic's going away, because I put the onion in here. Alright. Milk. By the way, this is shelf-stable milk. I had this, I went camping, and I always keep a stock cupboard. So, I didn't use it all up. So this is 1, 2, 3. Now that's what the recipe called for, but since I'm adding more cheese and other stuff, I'm going to make this 6 teaspoons. And this is whole milk. Even though the directions call for 2%, I always use whole milk. Put this back in the refrigerator. Yes, shelf-stable milk. So it is good for almost 2 years unopened. And then when you open it, you, I just realized you can't see my container. This is where I put the milk. So, shelf stable. It is in a sealed carton, it's in a wax carton, as you saw. And it can sit on the shelf, so I buy 1 or 2 of them and I put them in my camping trailer. So if I forget to take a small thing of milk with me, I just go in the cupboard and I pull out this shelf-stable milk. It's also great for preppers who want to prep, right? Their cupboards, you know, well stocked in case something happened. So I always keep 1 or 2 of them here at home, 1 or 2 in the camping trailer. Okay, so that's the milk. I'm going to put in the corn. I love this little thing. Like I said, I got it from Wish, you know, the Chinese company. But I began to believe that some of the things they were doing, they look just like the kind we bought in the store. My onions in here. Looks just like the kind we had in the store that's more expensive. What else did I get from Wish? I got this for doing avocados from Wish. I got this for slicing tomatoes. It's a really good thing. And a lot of times you got it for just the cost of shipping. I got a lot of things for the kitchen through Wish. Alright, so corn's in here. The onion is in here. I'm going to put half a teaspoon of salt. Not even a half. Quarter teaspoon of salt. Because you can always add salt. So a quarter teaspoon of salt. That's the Italian seasoning. A dash of pepper. Woo! That's way too much. I should have remembered this thing. Now, if you like a lot of pepper, this is fine, but I'm not crazy about a lot of pepper. Okay, so we got the pepper. Took out a little bit, because it sat on top, and so you just scrape the lump. That's why I don't do like this. I just kind of do into one spot, just in case. All right, I'm going to put in the ham. Stir that in. Okay, so we got the ham, the corn. Now I got to open my French style green beans. And the noodles are still cooking. So I'm doing all this while the noodles are cooking. So, Bab, don't you have an electric one? Yes, I have an electric one down underneath. But this is just as quick and easy. Drain it. And go to the string beans. So we got corn and the string beans and the cheese mix and okay, sometimes I have a hard time opening these things. The Mexican style cheese mix. This is just about 8 ounces. I think I've used some of it. Okay. So all that's mixed in. This is definitely like, this isn't the original mac and cheese in the box. Nope, it isn't. I'm going to need more milk. So I'll be pulling the milk out. Alright. Now let's see the status of my noodles. Alright, really should cook them till al dente, and they are. So I'm going to drain them and add them to the mix. Now the interesting thing is, I still could have put all of this in that metal pot because it can fit in the oven. But I like using my Corningware. You know, some of you will know, my mom used to have Corningware. Yep. And this bowl is probably 30, 40 years old. But the thing about this bowl is it can work in the oven and it can work in the microwave. That is why I had it initially, because my ex and I bought our first microwave. That's probably half a cup. Our first microwave in 1979, 78, and that microwave was $800. So in 78, that $800 is probably like $2,400. You guys are paying that kind of money for TV sets. So around 2,000, you know, equivalent. I'll just say $2,400, 3 times with inflation. Okay, so here I have my corn, my ham, my string beans, more milk, because I added all that cheese, right? Now, I like my macaroni and cheese creamy, but this is a meal. Alright, there we go. Macaroni and cheese. it's really not really colorful. I probably need something red in it. I didn't preheat the oven, but I'm going to stick this in the oven. When the bell rings and says that it's at temperature, then I am going to count 30 minutes. And I'm going to do this with the lid on because I don't want too much liquid out. I like mine creamy. Some of you like yours more eggy because some people put egg in their macaroni and cheese. Yeah, we're just going to do this. So I'll be back after this cooks in the oven for 30 minutes. Doesn't it look good? Look at that. Look at that. Really looks good. And it looks creamy like I like it. I should let it sit a few minutes, but I want to taste. So that box of noodles would have been a good side dish and would have served a couple of people as a side dish. But by adding a little bit of meat and a starchy vegetable and a regular vegetable, I was able to make this, it could be a meal for 4. And then, it's not here yet, but I'm going to put a salad, and I'm going to have this, and a salad. I didn't put it in the middle of the plate. This is a small plate. This isn't a regular dinner plate. And let's taste it. Let's see if we need to add any salt or whether we need to add. I didn't put in the Italian seasoning or the garlic. See what kind of flavor I have. Cool it down a little bit. Well, I got a piece of ham and some corn and some string bean. The ham, you know, is somewhat salty. So I got that flavor in my mouth. Get another spoonful. It is delicious. I don't need the garlic. I don't need the Italian seasoning. You could add it if you want it. And if you wanted to add a little more salt than what I put, the salt and pepper I put in there, you can do that. But this is absolutely delicious. And so, if you don't have fresh corn, you can do a can of corn or a can of string beans, or you can do a can of mixed vegetables. I added onion. You could add a little garlic to this. So whatever is to your flavor, whatever meat you choose, you could do tuna fish, you could do cooked pork or beef or chicken, and I just happen to have the ham. So add a meat, vegetables, fresh or canned, and your macaroni and cheese, and maybe some, as I did, I put in an extra pack of cheese, and I used extra milk. So probably, all in all, it was about a cup of milk that I added to this to give me this wonderful, beautiful, creamy, delicious macaroni and cheese supreme. How's that? Well, I'm going to go get the salad out of the refrigerator, get that there, fill my plate up a little bit more. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload some new videos. Now, like here lately, I've been doing a lot of cooking videos. But I will be getting some gardening videos, and I'm getting ready to make soap, so maybe I'll record some of my soap making capabilities. But whatever, this is Eclectic Alchemy. So it is an eclectic channel, and part of it is because I feel that I do not have the energy to have multiple channels as some places do. So if you think this would be helpful to a parent with kids, you know, somebody that would easily throw something together, like I said, you can use a can of mixed vegetables and some meat, and it makes a wonderful dinner, and it extends the amount of food you have from a lonely box of mac and cheese. As you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so, and I will see you in the next video.